And at Xerox PARC, they had some amazing ideas. They just didn't know what the fuck to do with them. They'd be like, "Oh my God, that's amazing, this thing you've made. You know what you should do with this thing? You should take this thing and put it in that closet over there." And before long, they had filled up all their closets, and they still didn't know what the fuck to do. So they started holding open houses. They would invite everyone in Silicon Valley and be like, "Hey, open house at our place this weekend. We got some crazy shit up in here. Also, there will be Doritos." And people came, and people from Apple came, and they saw something in one of those closets that blew their minds, and they ran back to Steve Jobs, and they said, Steve, you gotta go to Xerox PARC. You gotta see this thing." And Steve Jobs said, "No." Because one of the ways that Steve Jobs organized the universe is he divided everyone in the universe into geniuses and bozos. And there's only a very few geniuses, and there's a fuckload of bozos, and everyone who's making this suggestion is right now a bozo. So it takes a little while before someone who is currently a genius says, "Seriously, Steve, you gotta go to Xerox PARC, you gotta see this thing." At which point Steve Jobs says, "I've had an idea. I think we need to go to Xerox PARC. I think something may be happening there." And what they saw in that room will not seem amazing to you because you live in the world that came after. I would ask you tonight to try to see it the way they saw it. Try to see it through fresh eyes. You walk into a room, there's a computer sitting there. It looks normal, it's off. But there is one new thing. There's a little box with a cord coming out of it. They call that a mouse. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is when they turn that computer on. Because, up until this moment, the dominant metaphor in computing was that every computer was fundamentally an electronic typewriter. And people didn't think about that very often because it's hard sometimes to see the metaphor you're embedded in from inside it. But every computer was fundamentally a typewriter that happened to be electronic. Until now. They turn this computer on, and it's not a fucking typewriter. Instead, on the screen, there are windows and a cursor. And it is an amazing thing to be there at the moment the metaphor shifts. Those of you out there in the darkness who love technology the way I do, you know what I'm talking about. That moment when you can feel the ground shifting beneath your feet, and you know you will never see things the same way again. Steve Jobs leaves that room a changed man.